Have you ever looked at fluent English speakers and thought, "I'll never be like them"? It's a feeling many people experience. They see others speaking effortlessly and assume they could never reach that level. But here's something you may not realize: everyone starts from zero. Even the most confident English speakers once struggled with their first words. This reminds me of Mia's journey. Mia grew up in a small town where English was almost non-existent. The only words she knew were basic greetings, hello and thank you. Yet, she had a dream that seemed impossible. She wanted to work in a bustling city where English was essential. But she had no tutor, no expensive courses, and barely any free time. What she did have, however, was determination. Her story is proof that progress is not about circumstances but about perseverance. Mia started by watching English videos alone in her room. At first, the words blurred together, too fast, too unfamiliar. But she didn't stop. She watched again and again. Slowly, she caught a word here, a phrase there. Then, one day, she understood an entire sentence. That small victory lit up her heart. You might be wondering, how did she transform from a complete beginner to someone fluent? Could you do the same? The answer lies in one simple question. Do you believe in effort? Because if you do, you already have the first step to fluency. As Mia continued learning, she began to see the power of English. It wasn't just a school subject, it was a key to new experiences. It allowed her to understand movies without subtitles, to connect with people from different cultures, and to open doors she never knew existed. Each time she felt exhausted, she reminded herself, "This is about more than just language, it's about my future." One thing Mia never did? She never sat down to memorize long vocabulary lists. Instead, she used English. She spoke to herself, repeated sentences from songs, and even mimicked actors in shows. She made countless mistakes, but instead of fearing them, she embraced them. To her, every mistake was proof of progress. One day, her friend Ava questioned her efforts. "Why work so hard on English? We don't even need it here." But Mia smiled and replied, "It's not just about English. It's about proving to myself that I can do more than I ever imagined." Mia found creative ways to practice every single day. She described the world around her in English, the sky, the trees, even her own feelings. Walking in the park, she'd whisper, "The sun is shining. The trees are green." English became a quiet voice in her mind, always present, always growing. Then came a defining moment. While shopping, a foreigner asked her for directions. Normally, she would freeze, but not this time. Her words weren't perfect, but they were clear, and for the first time, she felt something new: confidence. Why does Mia's story matter? Because it proves that anyone, no matter their starting point, can learn English. You don't need a talent for languages, expensive resources, or ideal conditions. You just need belief and a reason to keep going. Whenever Mia felt discouraged, she reminded herself of her dream: living in a world where English connected her to new possibilities. That vision kept her moving forward, even when she doubted herself. And here's a little secret. Mia's greatest strategy wasn't anything complicated. It was something simple, something everyone can do but few actually do. She never gave up. Mia's journey wasn't smooth. She had lonely days, moments of frustration, even tears. But those struggles made her stronger. She became her own teacher, promising herself that each day she would do something in English, no matter how small. Some days, she read just a few lines from an English book. Other days, she listened to songs, trying to catch every word. She wrote down her thoughts, even if they were just short sentences like, "Today was a good day." Over time, those sentences grew longer. Her confidence grew stronger. One day, she tried something new, speaking to herself in the mirror. "Hello, my name is Mia. I am learning English." At first, it felt silly, but then, she smiled and added, "You're doing great, Mia." This became her favorite part of the day, a moment to remind herself that she was improving. Months passed, and Mia's English transformed. She could follow conversations, express her thoughts more clearly, and even watch shows without subtitles. But her journey was far from over. One evening, her family hosted a visitor from another country. As they chatted in English, Mia stayed silent, listening carefully. Then, the visitor spoke to her directly. Her heart raced, but she pushed past the fear. She responded, in English. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. The visitor smiled and gave her a thumbs up. A small moment, but to Mia, it meant everything. That night, Mia realized something life-changing. Perfection is not the goal. Courage is. From then on, English was no longer something to fear. It was her bridge to new people, new places, and a new future. Mia dreamed of traveling, of exploring the world, and English was her ticket. If you're reading this, wondering if you can do the same, the answer is yes. Just like Mia, you can go from zero to fluent. All you need is the belief that you can. One night, Mia sat under the stars. Reflecting on her journey, she remembered the early struggles, the self-doubt, the victories both big and small. And she smiled. She knew every step had led her to this moment. But this wasn't the end. Because learning a language isn't a destination, it's a journey. And as Mia would say, the only way to reach your goal is to keep moving, one step at a time. So what about you? Are you ready to begin? You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. And with every effort, you'll be one step closer to fluency. If Mia could do it, so can you. Take that first step today. And remember, I'll be here, sharing more stories to inspire and guide you. Let's walk this journey together. In the comments, share one thing you're doing to improve your English. I'd love to hear your story.